afternoon, or morning. Welcome to Vegan Vlogmas episode 2. Today I'm going to be unboxing a whole bunch of items that I ordered, which are all luxury, sustainable, and vegan. Yes, the trifecta of perfection when it comes to gift giving for me personally. I have a few packages here from Canadian boutiques Alltrueist, which exclusively stocks sustainable vegan items for men and women. But I also have a shipment from a home goods shop called Chic Basta, which I believe is based in Quebec. They carry exclusively Canadian artisan made items. So before we get into the unboxing, this beautiful wrap dress is actually handmade by a women's co-op in Cambodia. And on top of it being just a beautiful, versatile wrap dress design, it also has pockets. And underneath the dress, I am wearing a navy blue bralette from the sustainable California-based brand called Bleusalt. I mentioned Bleusalt in the last video, but I have quite a few of their pieces. They kind of feel like a cashmere, except they're plant fiber based, so it's like a cashmere sustainable alternative that's great for vegans. Okay, I don't even know where to start. I have this, it's so big. That's why I'm on the floor today. Oh, see this massive box from Alltrueist. I love Alltrueist. I've been shopping with them, I want to say since they opened. Sorry, my chair is squeaking a lot. I've been shopping with them since they opened, and I've picked up a few items from them already. My previous Alexandra vegan handbag is from their boutique. So if you're also interested in Alexandra, they have an amazing selection, and that way you don't have to pay import fees if you live in the US or Canada, as opposed to like if you order directly from Alexandra, they ship from Poland, which is where these bags are handmade. Anyway, I'm totally like going on a side tangent here, but the reason I wanted to talk about Alltrueist and Alexandra is this package contains a brand new, sustainable, biodegradable, vegan luxury handbag from Alexandra, and I'm so stoked to open it. So now, I didn't do a complete unboxing of this on Instagram yesterday. I opened this package up and I pointed out what would be inside already on Instagram, which is why the box is already open, and inside was the sweetest little thank you card from the owners. And they sent me this sweet little change purse. This is by a brand called Alchemy. Just like everything else on the Alltrueist website, it's vegan, and this particular item is made with recycled plastic water bottles to, at least the lining, the interior fabric is, and it's just the cutest little change purse. I'll open it up so you guys can see. I like that the zipper just like comes over the edge and it just lays flat. Very sweet. Thank you guys so much for sending this along to me. My existing wallet is not in great shape, so it's like you read my mind. This is just an obviously color. Hello, totally my color palette. So Alltrueist is kind of known for their like black wrapping paper. They're very chic. They definitely have that luxury vibe going for them. Okay. So, just to give you a little teaser of what's inside this delivery, I have a new Alexandra handbag, and I have a few items from EcoAlf. Now, EcoAlf is somewhat new to me. I believe they're actually based in Europe, which is why I hadn't heard of them before, but Alltrueist started stocking them, and they have so many great items for men and women, especially cold weather items. They have some really innovative, sustainable vegan coats. They also have lots of cool shoes, and then their t-shirts are really awesome. So I actually got one for my husband, Dushan. I'm not gonna take it out of the packaging because, you know, I want him to be able to open it. Oh, that's so cool. So this is not plastic, this little protective bag that the t-shirt's in. It says, "Put me in with your food and garden waste and I'll be worm fodder before you know it." Cool. So basically this is like a compostable bag. This is a Christmas gift for Dushan, so I'm not gonna take it actually out of this biodegradable packaging, but I'll pop an image here on the screen so that you guys can get an idea of what the t-shirt looks like on. And I have 2 pairs of their recycled fiber vegan sneakers. So this one here, because it's a bigger box, I think this is the men's. So I'll go ahead and open this one first, and I'm gonna save the Alexandra K for the end, because I know that's the one you guys are most excited to see. So check out these shoes. So these ones are for my husband. You can see they're this gorgeous navy material. The shoelaces are done in the same color, and they have this nice thick sole to them. At the back, it says Eco Alf, because there is no Planet B. And you'll see that little slogan on most of their stuff. This knit material on the outside is super stretchy. Here, let me see if I can show you guys a bit more. If I put it that way. Can you see how much it stretches? Now, Dushan did try these on because he's very picky. It almost feels like the top of a sock. Like, it's so stretchy. So if you're prone to blisters, you'll love these. They just give so well. It kind of reminds me of if you've ever tried Rothy's before, and there's one other men's athletic shoe brand whose name is escaping me right now, but basically this knit material, which is made of recycled plastic, reminds me a lot of that. They're also certified B Corp, which is great. I try to buy from as many certified B Corp companies as I can. So those are the men's shoes. These would be a great gift too if you're buying for like a boyfriend or husband or brother or someone like that. And then these are the women's. I'm trying to like hold this elegantly without it falling over. Okay, so as you can see, you'll either think this is lame or cute. I got myself the exact same pair, but in women's. So we can both be matching. I know he's gonna absolutely hate that, but I just also really like the style of this minimalist recycled material sneaker so much that I was like, I gotta have it too. And honestly, I've been a high heel girl for most of my adult life, but at this point, I'm really into sneakers and monitoring cost per wear of all of my items. I've been wearing my Veja sneakers non-stop, and I figured I need another pair that's kind of more appropriate for winter. So I already know this is going to fit into my winter wardrobe perfectly. It's just, you know, a minimalist basic sneaker. This really high sole on it will help keep my feet out of any puddles if there's like melting snow or rain, which is really common here in Toronto. So I know these will get a lot of wear, and I don't know, I'm happy to support any company that's taking the initiative towards sustainability. And I've spoken about this before, but you know, no one does sustainability perfectly. If you ever come across someone who tells you they are 100% sustainable, it's a lie. And here's why. Because even just the act of shipping is not sustainable, right? You'll have companies that try to reduce carbon emissions by keeping like their fabric supplier and their you know, garment processors and their cutters and their sewers all within the same region, but you know, that's still being like transported around using fuel from point A to B, like unless you're using bicycles. But if you find a company that's like shipping all their stuff from point A to point B using only human powered like bicycles or something of that nature, please let me know. I would love to learn about them. But my point is, you shouldn't, how should I put this? Because sustainability isn't a perfect art, and because there's so many aspects that go into sustainability. Like for example, you could be reusing existing materials that have already been processed. You could be using organic materials that can be grown without the use of pesticide. You could be setting up sustainable business models, which actually go into like the economic factors of sustainability. There's so many aspects to making an item sustainable, and no one does it perfectly. The reason I wanted to speak about that a bit is if you're just getting into sustainability, you'll notice so much variation. I'll try to differentiate between the different types, as well as what's the difference between fair trade versus vegan versus sustainable, just so that you can have some clarity into what went into my thought process and why I made a particular purchase. But for these specifically, it was for their reuse of material, and because I know it's going to fit perfectly into my capsule wardrobe for the upcoming winter. I also really like that EcoAlf is a certified B Corporation. This means that they use only humane and ethical manufacturing processes. So you can look for, let me show you guys. So the next time you are shopping, you can take a look for this logo. This will let you know if the company has kind of gone through like the rigorous assessment process to certify that they have actual ethical manufacturing processes. Okay, let's open up this Alexandra K. I'm really excited to feel the material because, like I mentioned earlier, it's actually made from corn. It's really cool. I don't have any corn leather bags yet. Oh my gosh. This is so gorgeous. I can't even believe how supple and soft it is. This actually feels like leather. I don't know how they did this, but look at that. I don't know if the camera will capture it, but I feel like if you didn't know, you might even think this is actual leather. And it might be just because of the bio aspect of this material, but it has so much give to it. Like it feels kind of like skin. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's a little eerie, actually. Of course, the gold hardware. I've already done a full unboxing of my other Alexandra K handbag, but the details are just immaculate on these bags. If you are already a luxury bag lover, but you're looking to purchase sustainable vegan handbags, you've got to check out Alexandra K. She's been around for a while, and she's been pioneering some really great leather alternative fabrics. She's dabbled in quite a few, and you can check her website and see all the different fabrics that she's worked with. But I really like these plant-based leather alternative fabrics that she's been working with lately. And then of course on the back, we have the plaque that she's known for. She puts these on all of her bags. They're all individually numbered, just like if you were to buy like a Louis Vuitton bag, it has its own serial number. Usually there's like an extra, okay, here we go. See, this is a certification card here with the unique number on it. Because I bought it from Alltrueist, it has that information here. Okay, let's open this up because this is supposed to have a strap. Ooh, it's just like magnetic. There's multiple magnets though. There's 3 magnets holding this together, so it's a really nice, secure closure on that. And then inside, okay, so here is the shoulder strap. And what's really neat about this is you see these different notches here? So you can actually undo these and just adjust the length. So you can wear it a little shorter or a little longer if you'd like. Attach these to the D-rings at the side. I wonder if these straps are interchangeable. Not that my other Alexandra K would match, because it's like that red faux python. But I feel like if you had several of the bags, you could use the straps interchangeably. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is gorgeous. I love that. It just looks and feels so incredibly high quality. Now I'm gonna need to like do an outfit change and show you how I would properly style this bag to do it justice. But you'll be seeing lots more of this beautiful, beautiful bag, I'm sure, very soon. I'll just give you a quick tour of the inside. I believe there's a pocket. Yeah, a little pocket here on the inside. And personally, I love tiny bags. I just don't like carrying around a lot of stuff. So this is the Joy bag. I don't think I told you guys that at the beginning. It's the Joy saddle bag. This color is called olive. I could see how it would be an olive in the sense that it's like the color of an actual olive, but not the olive that clothing companies usually call their like khaki green items. This is not like a khaki green. It's truly like, it's more of a brown with a hint of green to it, is how I would personally describe it. I also love being hands-free in the winter, and especially now with COVID going on, you know, you don't want to have to be like touching things and then touching your handbag, if that makes sense. Not that I'm going out a lot right now anyway. It's just nice to have something that hangs off your body and then your arms are free to do whatever you need to do. This is very lightweight too, which I actually appreciate a lot because I have a lot of shoulder and like upper back pain. So I always hate it when like purses are like unnecessarily heavy. Like a massive pet peeve for me. Like, why you gotta make it so heavy? It's already gonna have stuff in it, you know? So this is actually super comfortable and lightweight. But it's incredible because like when you look at it, it actually looks like it would be very heavy. And this metal, like the metal pieces are actually probably the heaviest part to it. It's this material that's super lightweight. Like, gosh, I'm shocked. Another incredible design from Alexandra K. I almost don't want to take it off, but we have to finish this unboxing. Oh my gosh, it's getting hot under all these lights, but I must power through. I'm actually really excited to open this for you guys. This is my first time ordering from Chic Basta. I'm a big fan of companies like Made Trade, but they're all US based, and we've been slammed with so many of the import fees that I've kind of been like, oh, I just want to focus on like Canadian brands this year as much as I possibly can. So this is one company that I decided to focus on. Plus they stock, you know, local artisan stuff. So you're helping local artists, people who make their living, you know, doing these handmade goods all year round. So of course I'm happy to support them. And, you know, if you're into that whole artisan look, but you're only looking at places where they're like mass manufactured, but they're made to like look handcrafted, I would highly suggest you actually look into some of the fair trade and artisan websites. There are so many out there. I actually just published an article on the Purist life, all about where to buy fair trade or ethically made home goods within the US and Canada. So you can check out that article. I'll have it down below. Chic Basta was one of my top picks, but there's quite a few more to look at as well. So everything inside here is going to be a gift for someone else. So I don't know yet like how they're wrapped. If it's wrapped in a way where I can't take it out without it looking super obvious, then I won't. But I'll go ahead and open this up and at least show you what I can of what's inside this box. And you know, now more than ever, it's so important to support local businesses, local artisans. If not for the aesthetic, at least do it for the economy, right? There are so many people. On a more serious note though, I mean, there really are so many people who've been negatively impacted by everything that's going on. And for Dushan and I, you know, I'm trying to keep this like lightweight since it's kind of Christmas time, but we've both been very concerned about all the local businesses that are struggling to make ends meet, or at worse, you know, permanently closing their doors. So although I don't want to be like a downer, I do want to emphasize to all of you, if you have the extra income to buy items that were made at a fair cost by either people in your area, people locally, or maybe they're part of like a fair trade co-op, kind of like how this dress is from a fair trade partnership company, please consider doing it because people need your help now more than ever. Of course, I totally get, you know, the benefit and the appeal of being able to buy something for a lot cheaper from, you know, one of the big box stores. You know, I get it. And I understand the appeal of buying from clothing companies like Zara and H&M. Like, who doesn't want a deal? But at the end of the day, someone's paying the cost, right? Like, that savings comes at the expense of someone being mistreated, working in horrible, unsafe conditions, not being paid a fair wage. So, you know, I think it's important to remember the people behind the process. And plus, there's just so many beautiful handmade and fair trade items out there, you know? Like, why not at least take a look? There's definitely something out there for everyone if you just know where to look. So for this Christmas, I decided to try to buy from as many artisan or fair trade shops and vendors as I could. In fact, I think I was successful at that. Yeah, I don't think I've actually even made any purchases yet that weren't from local, sustainable, vegan, or fair trade companies, which is pretty cool. We'll see how it goes as we get a little closer to Christmas. Let's see here. So inside the box, merci, thank you. Ooh, these are bubble wrapped pretty tight. Okay, so I'm just put all of this off. And then this is just wrapped so nicely. I don't want to undo it. This is a handmade notebook with kind of gold foiling on it. I'll put a photo in so you guys can see what it looks like, but this will actually be a gift for my mother-in-law because she's very artistically inclined. So this is just a very pretty notebook. I'm like showing you guys, like, look at the paper. It's yeah, it's actually quite pretty, but I don't want to open it since this envelope folding is definitely better than what I could do myself. Okay, these are so pretty. Here, let me come over here and show you guys. Now, I'm almost offended by how pretty these are in person because I actually bought these as little bowls for my sister's cats to eat out of. And of course, like, you can find little bowls anywhere, but you know, I had challenged myself to try to find and support as many like artisan, you know, ethically made items as I could for Christmas. So of course, these are super over the top, like luxury cat dishes, but you can tell they're handcrafted because they have, you know, some impurities in the rim of the bowl. You can see that it was hand dipped in glaze. Just look at the variation pattern in this. I personally love a little bit of imperfection in my items. Like, most of our home is very like modern and minimalist, so I personally like to have a few like imperfect organic touches around just so things don't feel too, you know, sterile or cold. And I know this like charcoal and kind of like pale blue, almost white glaze will go well with my sister's kitchen decor. Just hope no one breaks it because these are very expensive cat bowls. But there are two of these, so let me pop the second out of its wrapper. Okay, seriously, she's gonna have the most bougie cats in all of Oshawa. These are ridiculously pretty. Oh my gosh, and I think I read somewhere, I think on the Chic Basta website, that their slogan is perfectly imperfect, you know, since everything is handmade. And they have so many items like for kitchen, for decor, like, you know, they have vases, but they also have, dude, they have these pepper and salt mills, you know, the kind that have like the grinder built in and you grind your salt and your peppercorns. That's actually what I asked for as a gift for Christmas because they're just stunning. They're made of wood, but they have this high contrast like grain pattern on them. Oh, they're just beautiful. I'll pop some thumbnail photos of them here. Obviously, they're not in this shipment because someone else was kind enough to order them for me for Christmas, but I've been holding off on a salt and pepper mill, and they have the most stunning like kitchen pieces. If you like having a few like key pieces out, like for me functionally, I like having like olive oil, a fancy balsamic salt and pepper just sitting on the counter for when I'm cooking. And they have like the most beautiful oil dispensers. Like, yeah, if you're looking for like stunning organic hand, like when I say organic, I mean like the shapes are organic because they're imperfect because they're handmade, artisan pieces for your home, like you've got to check out Chic Basta. Like these are so nice. And then I also ordered 2 soap dishes. These are pretty badass. Like, I know when people think of soap holders, they probably think of some like rinky-dink, like, you know what a soap holder looks like. Check out these. That is so cool. There's an emblem pressed onto the bottom. I wish I knew what the artists' names were who made all these pieces. Maybe I can pop it in the description down below for you guys, just so you know, because Chic Basta carries a range of Canadian artists in their e-shop. So these are all made by different people. So one of these is for my sister, since she's also into you know, like zero waste solid beauty products. So this is just a really fancy dish for her to keep her solids on. So those could be like a solid face wash, a solid shampoo or conditioner, a solid body lotion, whatever she wants. And then obviously there are some grooves there to keep the product up in case, you know, it's getting damp, like say it's a shampoo. This would keep it, you know, out of the water because it's got those little raised bars in the middle. And then I also got one for myself because they were just so darn pretty. So yeah, they're actually even just slightly different shaped. So you can tell that they're handmade. These are stunning. So overall, I'm very, very happy with my first purchase from Chic Basta. I'll definitely shop with them again. As you guys would know if you've been following me for a while, we bought our first home here in Toronto over a year ago. Like we're almost at the 2-year mark. So that's pretty cool. But you know, I've been taking my time with decorating, making sure the pieces that I buy will last me, and you know, they're intentional and functional in addition to being beautiful. And I'm also doing my best to try, where possible, to purchase, you know, ethically handmade pieces or items by Canadian artists, just so that my home can kind of reflect my values as much as possible. So let me just pop some of these little goodies up here. Notice my growing chair collection. So these are all the items that I wanted to walk through with you guys today. We had the recycled plastic water bottle sneakers from EcoAlf, as well as the t-shirt, the beautiful corn leather sustainable vegan handbag by Alexandra K. So those items came from Alltrueist. They were also kind enough to send me this cute little like gift with my shipment, which I really appreciate. Thank you guys so much. We have a notebook here, which I didn't unbox for you guys, but it's very pretty. I think it's got like the constellations embossed on it. 2 extremely fancy cat food dishes, and then 2 chic minimalist soap dishes. Now, those items are all, again, from Chic Basta. So it is several hours later. It is almost dark outside, and it's only 4:30 in the afternoon. Just wanted to pop on here real quick because I realized I forgot to tell you about my earrings. Now these I picked up at Coal Miner's Daughter, which is another Toronto boutique that I like to shop at because they stock exclusively Canadian fashion and accessory designers. It's also where I first heard about Haley Jarrett's, who I've mentioned a few times on my channel. So I just wanted to give that little boutique a quick shout out, since it's kind of nice to be able to go to like one shop that collects a bunch of brands together in a collective that, you know, is probably a good collection of items you might be looking for. So I wanted to quickly mention them, as well as Victoria. I want to say it's like Victoria Loves You. I forget what it's called. She's based in Ottawa, and she also has a really great collection of Canadian made fashion and accessories. She also stocks Thief and Bandit. Now, I placed an order with Thief and Bandit. They haven't arrived yet, but I'm really excited to get my pieces in from them. I ordered like 1 bodysuit and 1 fabric headband, since I've been wearing the headband a lot since I've gotten my new hair. I'm just gonna bring you guys up here so that's slightly more flattering angle. But yeah, so many great Canadian fashion and accessory designers right now. I know everyone's probably familiar with Matt and Nat already. Matt and Nat is one of like the original vegan handbag designers that was trying to be sustainable, and you know, they do use the recycled plastic water bottle linings. They're a decent price, I think. Very good quality, I think. I've heard people mention that they've had issues with the brand, but personally, I never have. I have a few products from them and they've held up beautifully over the years. One other Canadian fashion brand that you guys might want to check out is Piece Collective, and I'm actually wearing one of their pieces right now. Here, let me like actually stand up so you can see what this is. This is like, I guess it's like a cropped, fleece lined, super cozy, yeah, half zip, I guess. And then I'm pairing it with these sweatpants that I've had for forever. These are actually from Victoria's Secret, but you can get matching sets from Piece Collective. So although Piece Collective, I believe manufactures overseas, I did want to mention them because A, they are designed in Canada and I do like representing Canadian brands, but they also make a lot of donations to various charities, including food banks, CAMH, which is the mental health institution here in Toronto, and the UN's refugee programs. So they're also another just like great, super cozy brand to have in your closet when the temperatures start dropping. Speaking of cozy, I have a new order coming in from Mate the Label. Believe it or not, I don't actually own any thermals, and it's getting really cold out, and there's a lot of different companies that do thermals, but I really like the ones that Mate offers. They do all their manufacturing in California. Everything's made from organic cotton. There's actually a few items in this shipment. I had to like restrain myself. I like so many of their pieces, but that should be arriving hopefully soon. And one other brand to mention, Encircled. You guys saw me rocking their comfy blouse in my previous video, Vlogmas number 1. But I just want to give them a shout out here since I am talking about Canadian fashion. Encircled is great. They do all of their fabric cutting and sewing and pattern making, and just like all the manufacturing is done here in Toronto. And their pieces are really good if you want to be comfortable, but you still want to look chic and put together. So definitely recommend checking them out. I will have all of the brands and companies that I just spoke about listed in the description box down below. And it's just getting darker and darker by the minute outside. So I'm gonna try to go for a quick walk before all of the daylight goes away. This is the time of the year where I'm just like, man, it's not the cold. It's not the cold that gets to me. It's the absence of daylight. All right, I'm gonna hustle, get outside, go for a walk, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Morning, everyone. It is a beautiful day outside. I've just gotten my face together, though I'm still in my Eileen Fisher kimono jacket that I've been wearing as my house coat. Got a Bleusalt bralette on, and Dujan and I are going to try to take advantage of this really sunny weather and unseasonably warm temperature today by seeing if there's any parks that we can go to in the city. We're gonna aim for High Park, but they have been like shutting it down a little bit because of the pandemic, obviously. So if that's a no-go, we're gonna try to find somewhere else to just go and walk about. I do need to figure out what I'm going to wear today, so yeah. Let's see, I have about 15 minutes to get ready. But anyway, I'm going to get my outfit together for the day, and I will show you guys when I end up wearing, but I would really like to take that Alexandra K handbag out for a spin. I've been wanting the Joy model for a long time, and I'm just really excited to wear it. Okay, outfit for the day. Really should get a floor length mirror down where I actually keep my shoes so I can show you guys the whole look. I'm feeling the waist cincher. I used to rock really wide waist cincher belts a lot when I was in my, I don't know, like late teens, early 20s, and I have this like mini collection of them, and I've just been enjoying bringing them out a lot lately. It's nice to just get, you know, dressed up, even if it is just for, you know, a casual walk. I feel like I've got nowhere else exciting to go during this pandemic. Okay, and this is how I'm going to style my outerwear and handbag for the day. Obviously, I'm going to be rocking my new Alexandra K handbag. I can't believe this is made from corn leather, you guys. Like, this is seriously so innovative. I love this a lot. I already know it's going to get constant use, which is exactly what I look for when I'm considering to add something to my wardrobe. I like having fewer pieces and higher quality pieces that will just, how do I put this? I like a good cost per wear, if you know what I mean. I want items that are gonna stand the test of time, be able to work well with other items inside my closet, and I know that this piece will definitely get a lot of wear. Basically, like, I was about to say throughout the fall and winter, but I could even see myself rocking this in the summertime too, because this olive color, like it lends itself to a lot of different color palettes, which is great. I feel like I might switch out this moto jacket for something longer. I feel like it's messing with my silhouette a bit much. Anyway, I've got to run. I will try to check in with you guys once we get back from the park. He's just staring at us. Oh my gosh, it's so fluffy. Wow, that's a fluffy squirrel, man. It's like a bunny rabbit, he's so fat.
He's so exotic.
Wow. We are back from the park. As you can see, it's already pitch black outside, even though it's just barely past 5 p.m. So the warm weather was nice while it lasted, but we're supposed to get back to like heavy snowfall next week. But there was something I wanted to show you guys because I know, come here. I know we've spoken a lot about, you know, purchasing new items and, you know, purchasing items that are made sustainably. But I also want to point out the most sustainable thing to do as far as your wardrobe goes is to reuse the pieces that you already have. So that could be styling them in new ways, right? If you have a lot of summer skirts and dresses, pairing them with tights and boots so that you're warm in the winter. That could also include just basic mending skills if a button has fallen off one of your favorite shirts or coats, as well as having just some knowledge about maintaining clothing so that it lasts. And I have a good example of that for you because I have a few coats that I've kept in storage, and I decided, because my intention was always like, I'm gonna repair it and, you know, make it nice looking again at some point. So today before we left, I actually pulled one of my old like faux wool coats out of storage, and you know, structurally it still looks okay, but the surface of it was covered with, you know, pilling, those little like collections of like fiber and thread that kind of create little bumps all over the surface of woven fabric. If you invest in a fabric defuzzer, those things are amazing. You can use them on your sweaters or any of your wool or wool like coats. I'll show you actually the coat that I worked on today. Okay, so here we have a very old coat. This was from back when French Connection was still readily available in Toronto. It might still be, but I think they kind of pulled out of the Canadian market a few years ago. I haven't seen them in a long time, but anyway, this coat is quite old. I think I might have even purchased this back when I was in university. And it's still in very decent condition. Like, you know, the structure of the shoulders is still intact. It's kind of like a timeless style because I bought it in this, you know, camel and black color. So it's not a bad coat. It was a good investment piece. This would have been very expensive for me to buy as a student. But I kept it around. So aside from a few like minor stains that I still need to treat, it was looking pretty good, except it had pilling all over the surface. Like you can see there's still a little bit of it right here along this seam. If you have a garment that's in really good condition, but it's covered in pilling like this, get yourself a fabric defuzzer. So I still have this one sitting out here. This is by Conair. They go by different names and you can get them at all sorts of different price points. I think I might have just gotten this at like one of the local shops near me, but they're all over Amazon. I always have a bunch of like rechargeable batteries around because I don't like wasting batteries and like throwing them out. So I just always get the reusable ones, but these are awesome. There's different settings on the side here, like, you know, basic settings. This wasn't expensive. So you can either like trim really close to the fabric or like give it a little bit of breathing room. A defuzzer will go such a long way to keep your knits and your outerwear looking relatively brand new. So I'd highly recommend checking one of these guys out. So in addition to using a defuzzer, it's also great to just know your basic sewing skills, like how to reattach a button. Most coats and sweaters that you buy should come with replacement buttons. And the reason for that is sometimes you lose them. So make sure you always hold on to extra thread or buttons that might come with your outerwear or with your sweaters. They always come in handy, and having like at least a small collection of buttons is always a good idea because you might lose one and you might have to you might not be able to replace it exactly, but if you have a good, you know, collection of basic buttons, you'll be able to find something that more or less matches. And of course, using good hangers, making sure you're not cramming your closets, that all goes a long way if you want to store your clothing well. This coat is easily well over 10 years old, but because I've tried to take good care of it, it's lasted me. And that goes with all of my outerwear. I always, you know, try to spot clean it when I need to. I'll repair any loose buttons right away because it's much better to address it when it's still loose than when it's totally gone and you've lost it. So I'm going to go work out. I'm definitely feeling a little bit sluggy today, but I'm going to go try to do like a little bit of a workout. I think it's really important to still try to keep your physical fitness in mind, even when it's really cold and windy out and you're in the middle of a pandemic. It's always good to get your blood flowing a bit. And then after that, we will do the exact opposite of working out. We found this place that serves vegan poutine. So we are gonna order that, get really cozy, probably watch a movie or a documentary. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for the night, and I hope to see you in the next Vlogmas video. Good night, guys, bye.